right, so on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are now proceeding towards a very exciting fireside chat on customer experience, innovative fuel solutions, and digitalization in oil and gas marketing. For the same, we have amongst us none other than Mr. Amit Garg, who is the Director Marketing at Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. He has an experience of over 37 years in the oil and gas industry. He leads HPCL's downstream verticals and infrastructure expansion while driving diversification into petrochemicals, biofuels, renewables, and EV charging. He also chairs HPCL Renewable and Green Energy Limited and Bhagyanagar Gas Limited, serving on multiple boards. Sir, it is indeed a privilege to have you here amongst us, and we all are looking forward to hear your insights. May I request Mr. Amit Garg to please join us up on the stage. And this fireside chat is to be moderated by Ms. Pooja Sethi, Managing Editor, Digital Content, Times Network. Welcome, welcome to both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Amit Garg on the stage. Over to you, Ms. Sethi.
Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to Times Drive Auto Summit and Awards 2025. Before we begin, I must admit that the gentleman we have with us today is truly a marketing marvel. An oil and gas industry titan, whether it is retail, LPG, CNG, or lubricants. He has navigated it all in his nearly 4 decades of industry experience. He's a pro in customer-focused approach, and this is how he has transformed the overall customer experience by adoption of cutting-edge digital technologies. Let's welcome Mr. Amit Garg. Sorry. Let's welcome Mr. Amit Garg. Hi, Amit.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
So we'll dive straight into our chat. Amit, customer expectations in fuel retail have evolved significantly. How is HPCL adapting to these changes to enhance customer experience?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, and because it starts from the customer, and HPCL is all about customer centricity. So let me first thank you for having me here. It's a unique privilege to be part of such an august gathering and a wonderful program. So my compliments to each one of you.
Thank you.
And talking of customers is something which is very close to our heart. So I mean, a tagline which you see all around says delivering happiness.
Delivering happiness.
And it's to the customers. So what has evolved over the years, and it's about we provide mobility to our customers. We provide the fuel to keep them going, and we provide fuel to burn the kitchen fire so that we move out of our homes in the morning with a paratha or something like that.
You're providing mobility in the true sense.
Yes, it's completely on that note. And I think it used to be a fuel which people used to just go out to the retail outlet and willy-nilly, unwillingly pay some money and get fuels. Today, customer is not just looking for fuel. That's given. What they are looking for is an experience. And that is where we step in to provide that unique experience.
Going into that, so what is the personalization that you are providing at HPCL for the customers to keep coming back to you?
Yeah, I'll tell you, and I think I need to delve a little before that for the benefit of the audience and for you, because at HPCL we do things which normally our customers are not even aware of. So we talk of the digital intervention everywhere these days, and in any case, if I had not come, you would have asked me subsequently. I'm sure about that. So let us go a little back in time, and the huge concern of the customer used to be whether I'm getting a proper quality product. And that is where the journey of the customer starts. So from our locations, you know, when a tank truck comes to our location, so there's called a terminal automation system.
Okay.
So the whole filling, loading of that tank trucks happens through automation. And when they move on the road, so before that, there's an electromagnetic locking, which only opens on an OTP. And while this tank truck is moving towards the retail outlet, there's a VTS which we are actually able to see in real time, and we know what's the speed, are they going on the standard route, on the path given to them, route given to them, and at the speed at which they are supposed to move. So it's a real control backend, and we have people who are watching it, monitoring it. And when this TT reaches the retail outlet, only the dealer or the authorized representative can open the lock with the OTP. And that's a geo-fenced, I mean, for many people who may not know. So that lock will not open anywhere else except for the outlet is supposed to be going.
This ensures safety
So this is about the quality.
and quality, yes.
Safety is given. So this is, a customer knows when product comes from HPCL location to HPCL outlet, the quality till that point is guaranteed. And then when the TT arrives, so obviously the automation takes over, retail automation. So where we are able to see every single liter of product being sold to a customer. And many of you may not know that we have video analytics going on as fuel is supplied to you. So if somehow that CSA, the boy who is the face of the organization or the wonderful girl who works the whole day, she or he does not say a namaste to you, we come to know that namaste has not been said. And we then call the dealer and say, ki, thoda namaste bhi kar lo. So I know it's a very difficult thing. It's a difficult ask for millions. And you would be surprised to know that we have 20 million footfalls on a daily basis at our outlets.
This is amazing.
And the ask is that we want 20 million times of namaste or some kind of a regard being conveyed to the customer. So that's the power of automation. And I should talk about the, you were asking me about the personalized experience. A customer today wants nothing, a little bit of respect and immediate disposal from the outlet, because nobody is coming there usually. People are in a hurry to go to offices, schools, and the payment systems are world class.
So with the urbanization and everybody is looking for speed and convenience, so how do you provide that at HPCL?
Yeah, so I'll continue. So speed and convenience is that we have outlets which are very well designed to take care of large number of customers, because HPCL is a company which has been growing the most amongst its peers, and that's just because customers want to come back to us over and over again and again. So we have provided facilities in a way that the customer can drive in smoothly. The dispensing units are state of art. The lighting at the outlet is so very attractive, and even at night people feel comfortable along with their families to drive in. And the fuel is dispensed as quickly. I mean, those are very fast units. I think the biggest challenge people used to face in the past was the payment. With HP Pay app that we have, it's a complete payment solution. And I am not sure that nobody here would be knowing, we are the only company which has an app called HP Pay, where you can make payment by command, voice command. You have to only say, pay 1,000 rupees for petrol, and the money goes like this. You don't have to tell the name of the dealer. Yes, I think we can clap for India, because I don't think globally we have anything like this, where you don't have to mention the name of the dealer, anything else. Just say, pay 1,000 rupees for petrol, and the money goes out to the dealer.
I'm downloading the app today itself.
Please do, and I'll be so grateful to you.
A lot of our audience are going to do that too.
And in case of any complaint, I'm here. So
This is great to know. How do you provide the same experience across all your outlets? Like, you have a vast network. How do you ensure that the same experience is replicated across the network, across the pumps in the country?
Well, so this is one question where I knew you'll put me actually finally on the mat. So yes, 23,000 outlets we have. And while our endeavor is to provide a uniform, good experience across the outlets, once in a while I might say it could be not as great as something we are discussing today. But on behalf of all my dealers, all my CSAs, all my officers who are working tirelessly in the field, I can say we hear stories of such heartwarming experiences from people. Recently, there was a very old colleague of mine who said they were traveling in Saurashtra, and the lady said that she wants to use the toilet, but would only like to go to a HPCL outlet. And imagine, I mean, outlet in Saurashtra catering to her bio needs, and she happily, used the outlet, obviously not buying fuel at that point in time, but using the facility and thanking the staff there that yes, what was expected was delivered. So that's delivering happiness
this
one
is a
more
huge,
time.
Huge compliment, yes. Sustainability, Amit, is a key focus in today's mobility landscape. What innovative fuel solutions is HPCL working on to support cleaner transportation?
Yeah, that's a great one. And I think all of us sitting here are responsible for a future where we are proud of handing over a legacy to our younger ones.
Yes.
And so far, India is a growing country and our energy needs are going to grow year after year. And we all understand that as this country, the peak is still far off. So a lot of fossil fuels are going to be used. And there's space for all alternative kinds of energy. At HPCL, it's our endeavor that we continue to provide the energy needs to the people, but at the same time, they are low carbon emissions, low carbon footfalls, and also sustainable future. So Mr. Banerjee covered a lot many things in his address. Ethanol is one thing, where in petrol, we are now blending 20%. And that's one of the highest, and HPCL again has been at the forefront.
Fuels?
Yeah, so hydrogen fuels is still in a nascent stage, but we would be opening our first outlet near Visakhapatnam, where along with Volvo we are working, and it would give hydrogen to the fuels. And also we have the first solid oxide electrolyzer technology in the country, where the energy demand is like 20 to 30% less than the other means of generating hydrogen. And I think hydrogen is one fuel which will slowly take off in the next couple of years. And I can also talk about one more initiative. We are all, many of us are from Delhi, I would say. And in one of my earlier roles, we did a experiment where we gave HCNG, which is hydrogen blended CNG to DTC buses.
Okay.
And it was through the SMR technology. So the disadvantage of that was, while the hydrogen was definitely coming into the CNG, but in the process, a lot of CO2, carbon dioxide was getting generated. At HPCL, we have come out with an innovative solution where no CO2 goes out into the air, and rather we have carbon nanotubes which are usable in many forms and in short supply for the country. So it's a two-in-one process. You don't pollute the environment.
This is a great initiative for the environment.
So yes, so these are all initiatives in the direction of hydrogen. And at our R&D center in Bangalore, already a pilot plant is going on for last many years. And we have also commissioned one at our Vizag refinery. So we are into that space in a big way. Yeah.
What other challenges do you foresee in this space?
Well, challenges initially there are of capex. There would be something around the support. And I think one biggest challenge which many a times we do not mention purposely is basically the support of the customer. Usually we say policy intervention. I mean, we are very fortunate that we have a present dispensation which is all for sustainable fuels, all for new technologies. And the government is really supporting all of us on that path. Customer will have to slowly fall in line, and they will also have to take the onus of providing a cleaner future to their young ones. And for that, you'll have to pay a little more. You'll have to support new technologies. Probably the issue with many of us is we want all the green things, all the good things, but we are not ready to pay a little more. So that's my very personal take, but I feel it that many of us sitting here can easily support that 1 rupee, 5 rupees more. And that should be our endeavor.
Absolutely, we need to do that for the next generation. Yeah. Amit, going ahead, what are your thoughts on the role of fuel retail players in supporting electric vehicle adoption? And does HPCL have any initiatives in EV charging infrastructure?
Yeah, we are almost present all over the country. You'll be happy to know. And we already have more than 5,500 charging stations.
That's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit. And we have 2,300 fast chargers. By the end of next year, they more than double to 5,000. And I think HPCL has been moving quite aggressively in this direction for the last many years. We already have an app which is again HPE Charge, where you are able to see all the charging stations. We have tied up with the OEMs, so when somebody goes to their app, they are able to see our charging stations. And we are also working with the government of Delhi and Mumbai to put up charging stations in their areas where they are asking us to put. So this space is pretty open. But yes, as of now, there are not many customers who are coming. So facilities are there. Normally we say the chicken and the egg. So I think the charges are there. And I would encourage people. So again, I mean, don't ask me that question, what happens to your fossil fuels then? Yeah. So that will be a difficult one to answer. But yes, especially for the urban towns and where we are promoting as a country to go for more EVs, HPC is fully prepared, and we are also ready with the swap solutions. Wherever people don't have time and batteries need to be replaced, like you come for fueling within few minutes. Yeah. So we have already swap facilities in more than 90 outlets. Okay. And we have tied up with some of the biggest names, including Gogoro, which have millions of swap in a month. So we have some of the best tie-ups available on that front. Yes.
Beyond fuels, are there any alternative energy innovations that HPCL is exploring to redefine the future of mobility?
Okay, so I mentioned some of them. I mean, normally when we talk of fuels, we talk of diesel, petrol, but now as we move forward, so we have CNG stations, which are more than 2,000 across in the country. We have come up as a major CNG player now, almost in 24 geographical areas, along with our JV partners. Then we have LNG solutions, and we already have 3 outlets which are dispensing LNG, which is a long-haul solution for the truckers. And you'll be happy to know that recently we have commissioned our Chhara LNG plant, which is a 5 million ton capacity plant. So the vision of the country to move from 6% to 50% is now in the making, and we are doing our bit to make it happen. And we are in the space
leading this revolution.
Yes, very true. So we are in the space of EVs. We have some great research going out in Bangalore in the areas of batteries. Then I spoke about what we are doing in the area of hydrogen. CBG we heard in the speech earlier. Yes. So we are working on 28 plants right now. And already we have a plant which is commissioned at Badaयूं, which is a compressed biogas plant. And in line with the mandates, so we are doing our bit in terms of blending with hydrogen, blending with compressed biogas. So we are across the spectrum of all the new energies that one can think of at this point in time today. And I always believe myself that we provide mobility to our customers. So tomorrow, if say vehicles were to run on water, then HPCL would have a special water for that also.
And we look forward to that with the cost of fuels going up.
So yes, I think that was also my way of selling HP Pani to all of you. So you talked about how do you ensure customer convenience. And we realized a couple of years ago that a customer in India, because we are a warmer, hotter country, so they need pure water. And across the road, sometimes we are not absolutely sure of the quality. So we are the only company in this space which has its own pani, which goes by the name of HP Pani. And we sell them through our outlets, through our distributors, and some outlet spaces also.
This is great. Digital transformation is reshaping industries globally. How is HPCL leveraging digitization in marketing and operations to stay ahead in the competitive market?
Okay. Again, I would say that I shared some part of it, yes, but I would add a little more. If you remove 2 people from the system, the one who dispenses fuel into our vehicles and the person who brings cylinder into our homes, believe me when I say that everything else is digitally governed. And I'll give you an example. I'm sure you don't have a lot of time, but still I would like to tell you.
Please go ahead.
I talked about how the digital intervention starts from the location and from the outlet and the payment terms. Yes. I should especially talk about our DT Plus program for the fleet owners and the corporate customers and the bulk users, where you have a solution for using HSD, and you have complete control over fueling and how that diesel comes into your system in terms of reports, in terms of the control through OTPs, and there's a visibility available when the driver goes out and the fleet owner is concerned about how much he has picked up and where is he going, what's the average, what's the mileage. So all that is provided by us. And similarly, HP Pay, that's a payment and a loyalty solution. And many of you would still not know. Today, we have chauffeur-driven vehicles, and many a times we don't want to waste time going to an outlet. So we would like to send a driver to get the car fueled. But then, I mean, we are also not very sure inside what if I give 5,000 rupees and the person, I mean, with all respect to the drivers, because they are actually the custodians of a life, so I have nothing against them. But sometimes we do feel, what if he gets only for 4,900? HP is the only app available where you can, at home, load in 5,000 rupees and just give a QR code to your driver. I mean, I have one of the finest driver who works for me, and I mean, my children also are under his custody all the time, so that's not the point. I give him that code, he goes to the outlet, shows the code, and gets the fuel. Not even a milliliter of fuel getting here and there, or money not coming here and there. Those are the kind of solutions we have when you talk of the digital journey. And I think that list can go on. And I would give you one more example, because these are two favorite things which touch our lives for everyone sitting here. One is the fueling, and the other is when the LPG cylinder comes to our kitchens.
Yeah.
You know, when you make a booking for a LPG cylinder, it can be done through various portals of IVRS, HP portal, Suvidha, then Amazon, Paytm. They also have facilities where you...
Yes.
Anytime you book a cylinder, it gets into the central database immediately. What happens that booking is transferred to the distributor. The distributor then prepares a route, all digitally, goes to the delivery boy with a copy to the godown person, that here you have to give a cylinder to this delivery boy because it has to go to Mr. Agarwal's place.
Yeah.
And the moment the cylinder is delivered, the customer says, yes, I have delivered. A bill is given to them, generated automatically in the system. The feedback, everything else is digital, which is happening in the back end. That's the power of what we are doing at HPCL today.
That's great.
So,
before we come to the end of the conversation, I have one last question for you. What do you see as the next big digital disruption in fuel retail? And how is HPCL preparing for the future of mobility?
yes, that's something which keeps us on our toes all the time. And I think we'll have to take a leaf out of the book from China, from Japan, from Amsterdam, Netherlands, and a couple of other countries who have done a marvelous job, and Dubai for that matter.
Who do you see as your biggest disruptor?
No, so I have to pick the best from each one of them, and I'll give you one example. So for example, in the new space, it's more now mobility as a service is the concept which is coming.
Okay.
So customers are not willing to buy their personalized vehicle. And through the app, the youngster today want to book end-to-end, which would include the last mile. And you know, in Delhi itself, there are motorcycles which you can hire. And now, I mean, we are growing and we are open to new ideas. Our ladies, with something which would have never happened in the past, they hop onto that bike and they go out on errands and complete the job and come back. So this is something where we would have to look at the end-to-end solution, besides the autonomous vehicles which are going to come, not maybe in our country in the next 5 years, but globally, and especially California, China, some countries they are doing a lot. And I think in our direction for sustainability, for the smart cities concept, to bring down the usage of fossil fuels, this is something where we would be working very closely, along with all the other new energy fuels that I spoke about. Yeah.
Okay, this is great. Thank you, Mr. Amit Garg, for this very, very interesting and insightful conversation.
Thank you very much.
And we're sure HPCL will continue to grow under your futuristic leadership.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Really
you so
appreciate
much.
that. Thank you.